Now from Melbourne, Australia. Professor, day 3 of the hearing, and we heard how the vice president hid from the rioters and Trump urged him to overturn the election result. What were some of the key takeaways for you? And do you think there was anything really new or groundbreaking that came out of this?
Good morning, Rachel. No, actually, there probably isn't. I've been fortunate enough. I've been in Washington the last 4 or 5 days. I just got back to Australia, so I was able to watch this close up and talk to a lot of people. And no matter what this commission turns up, seems to lack credibility because it's not bipartisan, it's partisan. The 9/11 Commission was bipartisan, so when they unearthed facts and they presented them to the American people, there was a great buy-in. On this one, as the first head of the bipartisan commission 9/11, this is a former governor in New Jersey, he says that 40% of the American people aren't going to buy anything they're selling. So no matter what this commission comes up with, they're not going to be able to sell it to anybody because there are 7 Democrats and 2 Republicans. This is the 3rd time Nancy Pelosi has had a go at President Trump. There were 2 impeachments that went nowhere, and this one. Now, I'm not saying he didn't do anything wrong. What I'm saying is he didn't do anything that was indictable. Unfortunately, being stupid doesn't get you thrown in jail in the United States.
Yeah, and to your point, it seems unlikely that that Trump supporters would be swayed or change their mind in any way. What do you think this means for his potential run for president in 2024?
Well, I talked to a lot of folks and monitored everything I could. And his friends and allies think he's going to run for sure. I think it will depend on his health at the end of the day. You know, people tell me he's in good health. I mean, you gotta have a cast iron stomach to run for president of the United States, and you got to be in pretty good health. So, yeah, I think he'll probably have a go of it. And if he doesn't, he's going to have a pretty good say about who's next. Now, I know that Senator Tom Cotton from Arkansas would like to go at it, and I think Governor Palin would like to go at it. I mean, there are all kinds of folks out there who want to be president of the United States. There's no lack of contenders for the throne, and Trump may look a little wobbly to some people, but since this commission's going on, we've gone from 67 to 50% of the American people think he's responsible for the day. Now, I watched that day very closely, and it's quite clear to me that a peaceful protest had morphed into a riot, and the riot was out of control. I saw a lot of this in the 60s. And so, you know, it'd be pretty hard to say the president caused them all to go down there, and by arguing over and over again with this inferential or secondhand information that the president got everybody all wound up. You know, we've all been to football games where the coach said go out and kill everybody. He was only kidding.
Okay. What about the report that Mike Pence, his life was actually in danger, but he refused to leave the Capitol building and stayed to certify the election? Do you think this is making him look like a hero? And what could that potentially mean if he does announce that he's going to run for president in 2024?
Well, I do believe that Pence's life was in danger. There were a couple loonies at that riot who would have probably caused him bodily harm. Whether he's a hero or not, you know, are you a hero for doing your job? You know, he could have left on the day. On that day, I saw 535 legislators hunkering down on the floor looking for the next thing. I mean, they didn't look very brave on the day. And I tell you, Pence was lucky the mob didn't get him, because there was a fringe movement there that probably would have done harm. On the other hand, most of the people there, they weren't looking to string anybody up. I mean, it was only a matter of time before there'd be counterforce applied on the day. You know, keep in mind, though, Pence isn't going to be able to translate it into politics. I mean, I think his career is pretty much over because he doesn't have the blessing of President Trump.
All right, we'll leave it there. Professor Joe Siracusa joining us from Melbourne. Thank you.
Thank you.